Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. This time we circle back to something we've seen before, but that I wanted to finally give you a chance to see more of because of something I've recently acquired. You may recall that back in the day we took a look at the 2004 and 2005 releases of the story of Star Wars on VideoNow, or PVD, Personal Video Disc. We saw that these were 3-disc affairs with the story of Star Wars broken up into the story of Luke Skywalker, the story of Anakin Skywalker, and then a behind-the-scenes video that in this case was really not much of a behind-the-scenes video at all, but in the second release at least it was more befitting of that title. This is the one we want to circle back to here. And yes, that's the same story of Star Wars that was then put on DVD and released at Sam's Club and Walmart as an exclusive bonus DVD alongside Revenge of the Sith in 2005. They just used the Luke and Anakin segments, not the behind-the-scenes stuff for that DVD. But the original PVD sources we looked at previously on a VideoNow Color FX player. Okay? Basically, you pop in your disc, you close it, you got your control buttons, and it played on this little crappy 15 FPS screen there. And that worked great to figure out what the video content was and give you a preview of that so you had a chance to see a little bit of it. Basically, so that we could figure out just what the heck we were looking at with these products that are so unusual on this format that we rarely see because it was really exclusive to this Hasbro Tiger Electronics VideoNow system. But there was one thing about this that we couldn't deal with before. The second PVD included a game. It was a game in the loosest sense of the word, very much like, the games you might see on a DVD as a bonus, where you're basically using your remote to control it, because you're dealing with a player that doesn't have a processor or anything. It's got to be something that can just be done by bouncing through things on the actual playing device. And the only way to actually use that would be on another of the many variants of VideoNow. There's like the original VideoNow, there's VideoNow Junior, there's VideoNow Color FX, and one called VideoNow XP, which more resembled a game player than it resembled a video player. And I've had a hell of a time getting a VideoNow XP, excuse me, that actually friggin' works. I bought 3 of them. First one didn't work, but allowed me to take pictures for the book at least. Second one didn't work. In fact, broke very early. Wouldn't even ever power up, but even in trying to get certain connections to be fixed, just broke, could never use the damn thing. Finally found another one on eBay. This one was in its original packaging, and while the packaging itself was not sealed, the actual product was on its card with the plastic bubble around it still sealed inside the packaging, just like the tape had flaked off on the outside. Surely this would give me a chance to find one that actually worked, if anything would. And I'd say it's sort of 75% worked. I got a VideoNow XP player that works, but 2 of the buttons don't work. 2 of the face buttons don't work. But it's enough to show you that game content and delve into it to know what it is, to have a good sense of it, to describe it well in the book now. A VideoNow XP player is this thing. Okay? You've got your power and headphones jacks. You've got a disc opening tray, like a tray opening slot there, and a button lock to keep it playing as opposed to bumping into it and having it change. Nada. Just a spot to put the batteries in here. Your brightness and volume controls there on the back. The face of it, you'll notice down here, you've got your back, forward, stop, and play/pause buttons. And this flap here opens up for the screen. But to put in the disc, you're going to flip that switch and open it, and there is disc 3, the behind-the-scenes disc from 2005. So you close the shell, and then carefully open the screen, and notice there it's very much like an old sort of video game system here. You have an A and a B, and you basically have a directional pad made up of buttons for up, down, left, and right. So I guess kind of like an old Nintendo Entertainment System controller, except with the D-pad split up and no select or start. A little bit more like the way that a modern D-pad on like a DualShock for the PlayStation would look, or I guess was it the C button? Was that the yellow one on the Nintendo 64 controller back in the day? Where it's sort of a directional pad, but not really. Unfortunately for me, left and up do not work, which is going to suck for the trivia game because it means you can only ever score 3 out of 10. But at least we can see how it works. There is no power button. Power on or power off. The power button is basically pressing play. It then must load. I have a hard time getting you to see this here. It then will load. You hear it squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. There we go. Crank up that audio there.
Press the fast forward button to play the disc. Or, if you have a VideoNow XP, you can press B now to access the interactive features.
Oh yeah. Right, we've already looked at what happens if you just watch the disc. So I'm gonna press B. Do you want to watch show or play a game? Well, if I want to watch show, I would have pressed the other button, damn it. Let's play a game.
Star Wars Trivia.
Press A to start. God, how many times am I gonna have to press the damn buttons?
Instructions.
These instructions here, let me just stand up so you can see this better. Basically, it's going to give you a trivia question, kind of angling this so you can see it better. You can have it repeat the question with A, you can go back to the main menu with B, or you can choose your answer out of the 4 presented. And instead of them being presented as A, B, C, D, they're presented essentially as a sort of cross pattern with one on the top, bottom, left, and right. And you'll just use the face buttons here to answer the questions. Of course, without left or up, because mine don't freaking work. So let's jump into the trivia game. We'll take a whole run. Why not?
What planet does Palpatine represent in the Senate?
Well, that would be Naboo, wouldn't it? Except Naboo is the top choice. And up doesn't work, so we'll pick something else and be told we are...
Wrong.
Big time. Wrong. Next.
Who is the first character in The Empire Strikes Back to say, "May the Force be with you"?
That would be Luke. Hey, Luke is one of the buttons that works.
Correct.
Woo woo!
What are the dominant native life forms on Endor?
Well, the forest moon of Endor, that'd be the Ewoks. That'd be the Ewoks. Sweet. Except Ewoks is left. Doesn't work. We'll randomly pick something else and be...
Wrong.
Yeah. Don't I know it.
Who takes one look at Darth Maul in the palace hangar and says, "We'll handle this"?
That would be Qui-Gon Jinn. Except he's the top choice and the button doesn't work. So we'll be...
Wrong.
See how bad this gets when the buttons don't freaking work?
Who is the first person to address the Senate about the Trade Federation's invasion of Naboo?
That'd be Palpatine, because it talks about the... It has to introduce the newly elected ruler of Naboo who speaks on our behalf. That would be Palpatine.
Correct.
Woo! A button that worked.
Who advises Anakin Skywalker, "Don't try to grow up too fast"?
Golly, that'd be Padme. But then she wants him to grow up fast because she doesn't want to appear to be creepy when they hook up. That'd be Padme. Doesn't work, so we're going to say that it was Yoda. Grow up too fast, do not. Wrong we are.
How many horns protrude from Darth Maul's head?
What? If I remember correctly, this is 10 because I remember I've gotten this right before.
Correct.
And that's all the correct ones we're going to see, right? Because all the others will be up or left.
Who meditates in a private hyperbaric chamber?
Elon Musk. No? Oh, okay, it's going to be Darth Vader. Aw, damn it.
Wrong.
Yeah, I know.
What does Luke try and fail to lift from the murky swamp?
His spirits? No, it's his X-Wing, which of course will be a choice we can't choose, so we're going to choose the wrong one.
Wrong.
Wrong!
Who does Yoda whack repeatedly with his walking stick?
It's me R2-D2, but it should be It should be Luke. Beat the crap out of him for not listening.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Your score.
And it actually does calculate it, which is kind of cool.
3 out of 10.
Wah, wah. And then you have the option to either play again or quit. So, not a whole lot to it. And it's always the same questions, always in the same order, always with the choices in the same order, which is why I knew for sure I'd only be able to score 3 out of 10 and could never actually answer the correct answers on any that had the choice on the left or the top. It's all right. It is technically an interactive piece of content. It is technically a game, just not a very good one. So, for those of you who have managed to track down the PVDs, that's all you're missing if you don't have a VideoNow XP, which, by the way, gets turned off just by pressing the stop button. Not just to stop the disc, but literally to turn off the entire system. So if you can't find one of these in working order, which is nearly impossible, at least in full working order, I still haven't found one that's in full working order, don't fret. Because aside from that really crappy trivia game, all the questions to which you just saw, any VideoNow Color or higher player will work just fine for the PVDs we've got for Star Wars, at least, with Story of Star Wars from 2004 and from 2005. But now that I finally got one of these, I want to be able to show you that and take some new pictures for the book. Thank goodness, I better not slap it. The thing will probably explode on me as crappy as these things were built. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching. May the Force be with the home video viewers, even if you are constantly, because of bad buttons, wrong.